Everybody knows how carbon dioxide is damaging the earth. But now, it is not the only one suffering. Oceans are suffering too. Its pH levels have been the lowest since any time this planet have existed. But we can do something. We can do something right now. Humans can stop using gas so pH levels can rise again and become a base. Here, we're going to tell you our hypothesis and how we can fix the oceans.
Ocean acidification, or also known by OA, is an issue associated with climate change since it shows the downside amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere and the way it disrupts the natural disorder of life in the wide ocean. The dioxide carbon's effects in the atmosphere have been known for a while, and some action has been taken regarding on the land. But as ocean acidification obviously only affects marine life, it is harder to address the problem, given that it doesn't affect us directly. And it is very difficult to humans to find out that something is happening in the ocean since it is of big extension. The carbon dioxide doesn't stay in the air, contrary to what we think, but some research has shown that water is absorbed in the ocean water. According to Maran, estimates have arrived at the number of 525 billion in regards to how many tons of carbon dioxide that has been absorbed by our oceans, with approximately 22 million tons per day. This information shows that there is a big amount of carbon dioxide that our ocean absorbed per day. Some of the main causes are the high concentration of carbon dioxide, the burning of fossil fuels, the cement manufacturing, the industrial revolution, the loss of biodiversity, the lack of environmentally friendly laws and regulations, and among others.
Problem statement. The ocean acidification is an issue associated with the climate change. Scientists show the downside of the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere and how it disrupts the natural order of life in the wide ocean. Ocean acidification could affect the marine wolf webs and lead to a substantial change in commercial fish stocks, threatening protein supply and food security for millions of people. Here we are going to put an image to explain it more easy for you how is the ocean acidification. In this image, we can see the significant and harmful consequence of excess of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere that we don't see or feel because its effects are happening on the water. At least 1/4 of the carbon dioxide released by burning coal, oil, gas doesn't stay in the air, but instead dissolves in the ocean. Since the beginning of the industrial era, the ocean has absorbed some 525 billion tons of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, presently around 22 million tons per day.
In this picture, we can see an example of how this compound of molecules affect the water that later becomes bicarbonate, and this is what actually is stored in the interior of the ocean, which is the main contaminant for that causes ocean acidification. We often hear about pollution, but mainly it is focused on air or ground or even sound pollution. But there is not so much attention to water pollution or any other problems the sea has. Actually, air contamination can also contribute to ocean acidification. This is possible, well, because when industries, factories, and such release CO2, this sometimes goes straight to the ocean, making acidification even a greater issue. This is how we notice that even small things that don't seem related actually are. Our hypothesis is that if more laws and regulations regarding not only the environment, but specifically the burning of fossils, which is one of the main causes for CO2 increase, then ocean acidification would cease and hopefully acceptable pH levels would be restored. In order to test the hypothesis, it was necessary to make further research about laws and regulations in other countries. The UK Acidification Research Programme works alongside the international partner programs Biological Impacts of Ocean Acidification, European Project on Ocean Acidification, Mediterranean Sea Acidification in a Changing Climate, and US Ocean Carbon and Biochemistry Programme. This program, found in the United Kingdom, seeks to take action in order to higher the pH levels of the oceans. If they manage to succeed, the impact it could be quite significant not only for the region, but it could spread throughout the entire world. This, however, does not mean it's enough. There is so much to be done. The Mexican government must create laws to have a better control of the burning of fossils, especially in industrialized states as it is Nuevo León, and in others where the burning of fossils is one of the main activities. United States and America has also begun to search for alternative paths for this activity and protect the oceans and all the marine life. Mexico has to do the same. Besides laws and regulations, there are some things that as citizens can be done. Simple tasks can be done by individuals and large tasks can be done by groups of interested people. Beginning somewhere is the first step to a healthy environment.
In my opinion, I think that this problem needs to get more spread out. News have to talk about it so everyone makes conscious about it. We need to change, and that's all in our hands. We are the only ones that can do it. We can save our future by saving the oceans.